this learn to burn thing is interesting. How do you know when to stop doing something? Because there's learning that, there's a little bit of traction here, but maybe it's not enough traction to warrant more investment in that segment for your product. It's like, how do you do that?
Hard. I think that's where experience comes in. Yeah. And then there's some people who are just so good at product and so good at certain things that they have a really good spidey sense for this. Yeah. And I also think this is one of those things where, like, having trust with your team and making them feel comfortable to come to you and say, I don't think we should be doing this anymore. Yeah. People never want to tell their leaders that they're wrong. That's so scary.
Dangerous.
Yeah. But I want that. I want to be told that things are not right. And at Sneak, I loved my team at Sneak. The folks that worked for me, they were awesome. And they would tell me all the time, like, I don't know if this is, and I was like, this is a sign that the team is in a good place, because if you're coming back to me and telling me that, you don't feel comfortable with this stuff, like, let's talk about it. And, more often than not, we decided to, I feel like in a lot of cases, we decided that there was more of an issue in a certain situation that we needed to fix in order for us to progress. But I just loved having that open feedback. And I feel like that's what you need in that learn to burn scenario.
I think there should be a metric, and maybe there is, on measuring how fast the truth reaches the top in an organization. And the longer it takes, the more, what's the right way to say it? The more dysfunctional the team is, I think. Because of what you said, if there's things that you're not saying because you're afraid to say them, this is where I think people get psychological safety wrong. It's not about making a safe environment for people to tell you their worst fears and desires. It's about trusting each other enough to tell you the truth when something's wrong and not being afraid of repercussions.
So true.
Why did you wait until the last minute of the podcast to drop that?
It dropped so much.
It just popped up. It just popped up.